Alright, here we go.
Oh, nice.
You just loaded in! Well, hello everyone! Welcome back to another episode of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. As you can see, I have my heat pants on. It'll make sense here in a little bit. Either way, we are here back in Gerudo Village to continue our quest to read all the diaries of the champions. And with me today, I have a couple of special guests.
Hello, my name is Valor.
Hello, my name is Caden.
And I got 5 arrows.
Nice.
So, oh man.
And we'll see you near the end of the near the end of the episode after Town is done reading.
After the marathon reading? Yeah, basically. Although, this looks like it should be fairly short, this one. So, read the Diary of Rivali, the Gerudo legend. First page. I won another archery competition today. As one would expect, the village can't stop talking about my winning streak. In short order, I've managed to break all the previous records and set an sumptuously high bar. Insurmountably, I can't speak. Everywhere I go, I receive praise. What?
I was going to say it's insurmountable.
Well, thank you. Everywhere I go, I receive praise and affirmations that I am the pride of the Gerudo. I could get used to this. The elder asked me what I would like as a prize for my achievements. I told him I wish for an archery training ground. If I'm to keep this up, I need somewhere to train at varying elevations. I'm hoping to master a new move I've dreamed up. I keep pushing my archery skills to the limit. My dive is ideal, but the ensuring ascent is not as smooth as I wish it was. I must return to the flight range again tomorrow. There, I will become stronger, better. I won't rest until I succeed. The Gerudo children look up to me. I hear they wish to start training at the flight range too. Perhaps it's not a bad idea to allow everyone to use my training space. These are dangerous times after all. Tomorrow I'll try a new strategy I've been devising to control the updraft. I refuse to believe it's impossible. There's a persistent rumor in town that Calamity Ganon's resurrection is imminent. It can't be true, right? A few years ago, scientists dug up an ancient mechanical beast called Mado. It was supposedly used to fight Ganon. Hyrule's rural family is in search of someone to pilot the beast. They say to do so requires something beyond skill. They say one's soul must contain an incredible sacred power for a divine beast to recognize him as a master. They should have just asked for me by name. God damn, he's so full of himself. To control the divine beast and defeat the Calamity would finally allow me to prove myself to the world. Okay, so question for you two. Can you actually read what's on screen?
Yeah.
I can.
Valor, do you want to give it a try first, and then Keaton can try?
I mean, if you want, sure.
Alright, go for it.
Hyrule's princess stopped dawdling and asked me to pilot the divine beast. I asked what our plan is. I wish I hadn't. It is completely absurd. The divine beasts are little more than backup for some Hylian knight who has the honor of fighting Calamity Ganon. Me, a sidekick. I thought of declining, but then she looked me dead in the eye and held my gaze as she said, "We must protect the precious life of this land from the Calamity's grasp at all costs. Hyrule needs you, Rivali." It was so corny I almost died, but I won't soon forget the look in her eyes. She meant it with all of her heart. I thought Hylians only thought of themselves, but I suppose there's an exception to every rule. I'm going to accept, of course, but out of self-respect. I'm going to let her sweat it out a bit longer.
God damn it, what a piece of hot jelly. Keaton, why don't you go?
I have to read it like that. I said I have to read it like that, too.
Right? It was you did good, though. Keaton, you want to give it a shot?
Sure, why not? Hyrule's princess is coming up, but... it
has a tongue twister for you at the very beginning.
Yeah, strong start.
Hyrule's princess is coming by to ask for my answer tomorrow. She will surely be overcome with joy when I accept. And her timing is exceptional. I am close, so close to mastering my new move and showing everyone what I'm capable of. When they see it, they'll know without doubt that it should be me fighting Ganon instead of that pathetic knight. I can see it now. The king and princess, and the knight, all on their knees, begging me to defeat Ganon for them. They'll say, "Please, Master of Holly, please use your..."
Sorry.
Please use your otherworldly skills and intellect to defeat Calamity Ganon. I look forward to that day.
I journey to Hyrule Castle for an inauguration ceremony. I now bear the grand title of champion. Meaningless pomp, if you ask me. In true... God! Wordy! Rivali, stop it! You're like the author I wish it could be. Stop!
Reading's hard.
If true strength relied only on title and uniform, everyone would be a champion. I do like the blue scarf, though. That annoyingly silent knight was as emotionless as usual. I could never tell what's on his mind, likely nothing at all. Somehow I can't help but believe the story is about him beating adult knights in swordplay when he was only a child. Still, he doesn't stand a chance against me. There is no one alive who can keep up with my aerial combat. That reminds me, it's about time I came up with a fitting name for the new move I created. What kind of name would be worthy? Rivali something. Tornado? Whirlwind? Masterpiece.
That's the only way to describe him. The princess came to the village on official business, along with her shadow, that insufferable knight. I tried to talk to him while the princess met with the elder, but he was his usual quiet self. Why do people like him so? I also gave him the privilege of seeing me perform Rivali's Gale. Nothing. No reaction at all to my impressive feat. I showed it to him even knowing there was a chance of failure, since it's still so new. He must truly be slow-witted. I tried to provoke him into facing me, but to no avail. It's like talking to a stone. Our interactions were a waste of time, so I flew off to find solace with Meadow. What's wrong with that guy?
Daruk informed me that we have been asked to escort the princess to Lanayru. We're to see the princess off at dawn at the mountain's base and meet her there when she returns at sunset. Must I participate in this nonsense? Though, I still remember that look on the princess's face. When she asked me to pilot the divine beast, she was not only determined, she seemed desperate. She's aware she can't fulfill her sacred duties, and anyone can see how it weighs on her. It's difficult for me to comprehend the troubles of the talentless, but I'm trying. It's not that I dislike the princess. She tries her hardest. It's simply not good enough. No, I don't think I can spare the time to send her off in the morning, but perhaps I will fly over to greet her at sunset. Perhaps that alleged sealing power will show her some mercy and finally awaken at this time.
And man, Rivali continues to be a dick.
That's the word I wanted to use.
I won't censor that word, because it's deserving. Alright, well next we're gonna head off to the volcano and check out what Daruk's diary said. Is it up here?
This looks promising.
Ah! Look, it is a stone tablet thing.
Oh, it is.
It's actually texture different, that's beautiful.
Hilarious.
Alright, well let's go ahead and read Daruk's training journal. Oh, this is actually a really nice shot.
Oh, it is. I imagine we'll do it the same order we did last time.
Yep. Alright, I'm gonna start right in this diary thing starting now. Ugh, a diary. Maybe I'll start calling it my training journal. They say all you gotta do is write down stuff that happens. Us Gorons prefer the simple life, so I hope simple stuff counts. Let's see, for today's journal entry, what should I write about? Oh, I know! I had some rock roast from the peak of Death Mountain. It was delicious. I think I'll eat more of it soon.
I talked to some Hylians at the base of the mountain. All anyone wants to talk about these days is Calamity Ganon. Reminds me of when those tiny Sheikah came to Death Mountain a few years ago to dig up that divine beast or whatever. The Hylians were saying that beast thing is a weapon someone will need to learn how to control. Back in the good old days, Gorons didn't worry about relics we couldn't eat. Now I'm hungry. Maybe I'll track down a prime rock roast for one of my dinners tonight.
I saw someone being attacked when I was out looking for lunch rocks at the peak. He was a little tiny guy, so I rushed down the mountain to help him. I was shocked to find he was handy with a sword. By the time I rolled his way, he'd already taken out all the monsters. I couldn't help but admire his Goron-like strength. While I was distracted, the monster almost got the jump on me. He stopped it. The great Daruk, saved by a tiny Hylian. I must have had a dopey look on my face when that happened. Hope he didn't notice.
That little Hylian from before is named Link. He's got a respectable appetite. Loves to eat meat, fruit, vegetables. Okay, we get it. Food or healing items. All sorts of things a decent person wouldn't dream of eating. Link will cook up and eat just about anything. I offered him some grade A rock roast to help refine his palate. I asked him how it tasted. He liked it so much he was speechless. I knew Hylians could eat rocks too. Eating isn't the only thing Link and I have in common. The little guy is also incredibly strong. He said sometimes when he focuses, it feels like time slows down. I really like that guy. He's the type of guy you could trust to have your back and also have a nice hearty meal with. Yeah, that settles it. From now on, Link is an official brother. Wow, so he was a brother in the past and in present times.
Yep.
Also, he ate rocks?
Hey, you can eat rock roast.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Yeah.
Hyrule's little princess came to Goron City and asked me to pilot the divine beast. I said yes. The great Daruk never turns down someone in need. When I said I would, the princess seemed really happy. There will be 4 champions to control 4 divine beasts, and 1 swordsman to take on Ganon. Including the princess, our anti-Ganon team is 6 strong, made up of all different kinds of people. This has the makings of an epic feast. I got the ball rolling by giving the princess my best rock roast. She said thanks, but I think she was holding back a grimace. Must have had something foul on her mind.
I'm a champion now. Feels good. I hadn't talked with Link in a while, so seeing him at the inauguration ceremony was nice. It was a good day. Oh, word has it Link has been chosen as Zelda's appointed knight. I can't think of a better brother for the job. Here, one of those ancient machine things went nuts during some test and shot out deadly beams. With true Goron spirit, Link grabbed a pot lid from the ground and deflected the blast. He nailed that thing in its weak spot and saved the day. His bravery caught the king's eye, and not long after that, he was appointed to guard Zelda. I'd expect nothing less from the little guy.
I've been chosen to pilot Rudania, but I've been chosen to pilot Rudania, but I was having trouble controlling it. I was only champion who was struggling. I asked Link for advice, but he just shoved me into the Divine Beast so I could explore it aimlessly all day. I can't explain it, but by the end of the day, I was able to control Rudania just how I wanted to. I guess experience is the best teacher. Little guy's strength must have come from working hard and never giving up. Good lesson, brother. As thanks, I'm gonna treat him to some gourmet sirloin rock.
All my Hylian brothers seem to do these, God, I can't believe I messed up already. All my Hylian brother seems to do these days is watch over the tiny princess while she does her research. It looks like tough work, but the princess seems a lot happier and talks more since she's been doing it, so it must be okay. I hear the little guy finally opened up about his troubles to the princess while they were shoveling food. Surprisingly, she opened up right back and said something princessy like, I guess we're the same, you and I. Sounds heavy. Must have been bonding over their food preferences. That'll do it all right. Speaking of opening up, all this journal writing has made me realize something about myself. Writing makes me hungry.
Oh, it's beautiful. 10 out of 10. Also, this is a bed. Alright, so in Gerudo Town, we have a mission of 2 things to do. We actually need to double check on our progress on getting the Thunder Helm, as well as there being a journal here. So, you know, 2 birds, 1 stone. I doubt we can get the Thunder Helm quite yet, but hey, we're working on it. Also, this, my words were supposed to last a little longer so I can make it up these stairs. Wait, speaking of which, Savat. Oh, it's you. My husband was the first Voda ever to tell me I was beautiful. I love him so, and so I need those Muldunga guts no matter what, but what can I do? Take them.
Or why she needs those.
I don't know. I just realized this is all I have to thank you with, but I insist you take it. Ah!
Money!
I will take it. I will save him. Sniff. Or this will save him. Okay.
Oh! That's the... You... That's the medicine. Whoops. Forgot about that.
So, what happens when I do this? The Thunderhelm still holds some of the Brosa's power. If you want to wield that power, then you must address the concern of my people and bring the resolute peace to our town. Then you'll be acknowledged as a friend of the Gerudo, and only then will you lend the helm to you. Okay, so, yeah, still not quite there. Also, a warm Saflina is nearby. Fantastic.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Alright, and here is the last journal we needed to find.
Let's read it upside down.
Is that a plush sand seal?
This is a Riju's journal.
Ooh, I didn't know that was there.
That is a plush sand seal.
Talk to Riju. She probably says something about it.
Oh wait, no.
It's the book right there.
Oh my god, there are 2 diaries up here.
Oh.
Well, double the reading. I'm not going to delay it. First page. My dear friend from afar, I came to visit Gerudo Town today. It is always a pleasure to see the Queen of Hyrule. She described her reason for coming as urgent. She wished for me to meet her newborn child. Her sweet daughter's name is Zelda. She has her mother's smile. I cannot help but cherish her already. I told her that Zelda is sure to grow up into a dignified and beautiful queen, just like her mother. My friend thanked me, but said that looks are fleeting, and instead she wishes for Zelda to be blessed with true happiness. The way she gazes upon her daughter, her little bird, as she calls her, I have never seen such unconditional love.
It has been a long while since we laid my dear friend, the Queen, to rest. I only now have the will to write again. It was so sudden. I still can't believe she is gone. All of my sweet memories of her keep running through my mind. Even now, I can hardly keep the tears at bay. Young Zelda kept her head held high as she said her final goodbye to her mother at the funeral. She carried herself as a true princess, but I can sense the deep grief she is hiding within. I worry for her.
I made a voyage to visit Hyrule after speaking with the king. I saw Zelda for the first time in a year. In truth, it was my concern for her that brought me there. The king allowed me to keep her company as she went to the spring for her training. There, Zelda prayed and prayed in the spring's icy waters until the sunset. I told her many times to stop, but she wouldn't listen. Eventually had to drag her out of the water. Zelda gazed at me for the longest time with heartbreaking vulnerability. Eventually, in a tiny voice, she told me of the pressure and panic she feels at not being able to fulfill her sacred duty. She whispered over and over, "Why can I not do as the royal daughters of the past have done? What's wrong with me?" All I could do was hold her close and listen, and pray that it is enough.
Emissaries from Hyrule came to see me today. They informed me that I have been chosen to pilot the Divine Beast. My people are uneasy about it. They tell me such a dangerous task is not fitting for the chief. I understand their fear. However, I intend to accept this task. Calamity Ganon's resurrection does not only threaten Hyrule, but the whole world. I refuse to sit idly by. Ganon is also closely associated with the Gerudo, an association I deeply resent. I believe Zelda will be here soon to receive my my official answer. I am excited to see her, as always.
Ooh, Ocarina of Time reference. I attended the inauguration ceremony alongside the other champions whom I share a fate with. Zelda, Rivali, Mipha, and Link are so young. They are Hyrule's future. Daruk and I hope to help them see that future. However, one thing did trouble me. Zelda was uncharacteristically cold towards Link. I can imagine why. I hear Link has been assigned as Zelda's guardian knight. I hope they find a way to get along.
Link requested to meet with me today. Tells me that Zelda exploited our law that restricts men from entering the town to slip away from him. I told him of a trick that would allow him entrance, and he was able to get in. By then, however, Zelda was long gone. I promised to let him know if I saw her. so he reluctantly returned home. In a similar yet distinct way, Link seemed to have trouble expressing himself. Perhaps the two can help each other, that is, if she ever gives him the chance.
Today I accompanied Zelda as she went to research Naboris. When the sun set, the poor exhausted girl drifted to sleep. I sent word to Link, who showed up at Naboris faster than I expected. Although it was none of my business, I felt the least I could do as bridge the gap was to share some things about Zelda. The rest is up to them.
I was so happy to say that Zelda smiles much more often lately. It seems she and Link have finally learned to get along. I hope this will have a positive effect on her training. However, I am concerned we may be running out of time. Whenever I hear of monster attacks or other unusual events plaguing the kingdom, my concern grows. All I can do is pray that Zelda, my little bird, has enough time. I do not pray to the goddesses, but to her mother, my dearest friend. How I missed her.
Oh, why do they have to be so heavy?
The diaries.
I know they're diaries. Okay, should I quickly just try to blow through, Reju's?
If you want.
Valeria told me today that Mother has passed on and gone to a better place. She said that my mother's death means I am now the chief of the Gerudo people. I wish she'd stayed here, though. I don't see how it can be a better place with us apart. Ever since I became the chief, the people in town have been a lot nicer to me. But if I look carefully, I could still see the worry in their eyes. It seems more common than when Mother was chief. Mother, will you ever be a great chief, or will I ever be a great as chief as you were? The divine bees fond Naboris, which supposedly had been sleeping in the desert, has suddenly woken up. Mother once told me that Naboris is the deity of protection for the Gerudo people, but it doesn't seem that way. I plan to investigate tomorrow. I have to find out more. Having investigated divine bees fond Naboris, I could say that it comes to Gerudo Town, we'd be hopeless. When I drew close to it, using my wonderful sand seal Patricia, I was driven away by a sandstorm and lightning. I turned Patricia toward home, but a monster spooked her and she fled directly toward Naboris again. Next thing I remember is Valeria standing over me, her face full of worry. Ever since I went to investigate the divine beast, Valeria has made a point of never leaving my side. Even now, with such a valuable heirloom stolen by thieves, she refuses to tear herself away from me even for a moment. She takes all the blame for the theft, however, nothing can change her mind about being responsible. Meanwhile, I can't help but feel that theft happened because I am not yet ready to be chief. The soldiers search tirelessly, trying to recover the heirloom. No one says a word about my leadership, but they must be thinking about how powerless their chief has proven to be. Thanks to the tireless efforts of my soldiers, we've located the thieves' hideout. They definitely aren't common criminals, though. We haven't been able to get anywhere close to the place. I think that the Thunder Helm is right there, yet we can't take it back. Mother, Lady Urbosa, please give me your guidance. My prayers were answered. One of the champions of old has appeared. Valeria was wary, but he has proven himself by taking her heirloom back from the thieves and calming Naboris. She now seems to trust his abilities. She even seems to not mind that he is a foe. She's so focused and serious, always by the book. I'm surprised she's okay with him. Hooray! We did a do!
Woo! And now,
We did it.
she's probably going to be angry that you read her diary.
Probably. Should I go talk to her? Just to see if
Yeah,
she
why
says
not?
anything? You wish to speak of Lady Urbosa. What an interesting request. After Urbosa was tamed, we located Lady Urbosa's diary. Since you're here, I shall tell you something from it. Lady Urbosa had a beloved friend whom she thought the world of, the Queen of Hyrule. Such a great big heart, Lady Urbosa was admirable in every aspect of her life. Is in my room. Since she trusted you, I'm certain she wouldn't mind you reading it. Okay. So she basically gave us permission to read her diary. Got it.
Yeah.
My inventory is full. I think this was my problem last time.
Probably was.
Alright guys, well we should probably go and call it here for this episode of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I know it was a little bit more of a slow episode, getting some more backstory and lore, but hey, that's what The Legend of Zelda is sometimes all about. Either way, if you guys enjoyed this episode, hit that like button. If you'd like to see more, go and subscribe. Either way, my name has been Thowan.
My name's been Valor.
And my name has been Keaton.
And in the next episode, we shall return to the Shrine of Resurrection. See you guys then.